So it's very personal. And, my friendship with Siani is one thing that I'm proudest of in my life. So we were really excited to explore these very formative years. And these two lovely young actresses just captured the closeness of our friendship and all of the tenderness and pain and joy of those formative years of life so beautifully.
Uh, I would like to know, Emajean, am I saying it right?
It's Emajean.
Emajean, sorry. Emajean, can
It's
you
okay.
describe your character? Tell us who you play and what did you like about it?
So I played Violet, and then her younger years, she was just really like a kind person, and she was best friends with Stella. When she didn't really care what other people thought about her. Like she had crazy hair. She wore like guy clothes. But then as she grew older, like she always felt like that she had to fit in. So she started straightening her hair. I mean, she would wear like a bunch of clothes just to impress people. And then that's when her and Stella really started like spreading apart. But my favorite thing about her is probably like that no matter what, like she's like after all that happened between her and Stella, is that she still went back to Stella because she knew what she did wrong. Like she realized her mistake.
So the friendship is very strong, right?
Yeah.
So, sorry, Anastasia, can you talk about your character?
Yes, so I played Stella. Um, I she's very innocent and she loved mermaids. She loved hanging out with Violet, and it's all that she would do. And she had a bunch of stuff going on, definitely. As Violet got older and started like acting different, Stella was kind of like in between places because she wanted to go back to her old childhood where she would talk about mermaids and catch morning moths with Violet. But um, Violet wanted to talk to boys and wear makeup and do all that stuff. And Stella wasn't ready for that. My favorite thing
So,
about Stella is how innocent she is, probably.
yeah, Sophie, how much is this an exploration of the loss of innocence?
A huge exploration. I mean, I think the first 2 years that we see 9 and 10 are those last precious years we all have in childhood where we still believe in magic and there's so much joy and innocence. And I think once we enter 11, 12, 13, and we all go through puberty and adolescence, childhood feels very far away. And we start to conform to fit in and really feel the pressures of fitting in and our social peers, and it's a very tender, delicate time.
Yeah, poverty has been explored in many films and literature, but not at this level. Why do you think this film is unique and why should we watch it?
Growing up for me, when I would watch coming of age stories, they always seemed a little bit older, like high school. And I didn't feel as a 12 or 13-year-old that I was watching anything on the screen that accurately captured what I was experiencing. Sort of the awkwardness that I felt about myself, relating myself to other people. And I think this is an important story that no matter who you are, there's universal themes that we can all relate to, which is growing up is challenging. There are hills and valleys, and it's painful and awkward as our bodies change and as we start to feel like we're aware of who we are in relation to others and how we're being received and how we can fit in.
So the process of growing up is a process of fitting in a way, or just trying to please the environment?
I mean, I think it's all under the same umbrella, I think this is an exploration of girlhood specifically, but I do think it can capture personhood as well. But I think for girls, there's a lot of pressure to fit in. There's a lot of cliquey behavior that happens. There's cattiness, there's bullying, there's sort of toxic behavior that starts happening when girls are 11 and 12. And so I think the pressures to fit in and to conform are massive for young girls.
Emajean and Anastasia, how did you get to be so to have that incredibly close relationship, so realistic in a way?
Well, for one thing, we were practicing for this like 5 months, which was really helpful because we could actually build a relationship, and we would FaceTime a lot and just talk together. And like while we were filming, and we pretty much lived together, so that just really let us get like really close, so we could have a real relationship on screen.
How did you like being in a movie, and how much experience do you have in this kind of work, Anastasia?
So I've never done something quite like this before. It was really like this amazing experience to have such a strong friendship with everybody on set, cast and crew. And it was really, really amazing.
Was it a little like playing, or was it difficult, or?
It was, well, no, not, I mean, well, it wasn't really difficult, but it was really, really amazing.
And Sophie, which one are you, Violet or Stella, or both, or you don't want to say?
No, I will say, I mean, there are parts of me in both. What you want to say, EJ?
Yeah, she plays Violet, who's me.
Yes. So, but there are parts of me in Stella, and there are parts of Siani, my co-writer, in Violet for sure. But yes, Violet is based on my younger self.
So why did you decide to go from acting to directing?
It wasn't like a conscious decision. I was so inspired by telling this story, and I was so passionate that I felt I had to be the one to direct, only because this relationship is so personal to me and so meaningful that I couldn't hand it off to anyone else. And I felt that as an actor, I understood the actor's process really well, and that I could work with these two young girls and all of my actors in a really close way. But it really wasn't something conscious. I kind of always thought I would continue acting and write parts for myself. This wasn't planned.
I know that your film has been in film festivals. How important are those platforms for a filmmaker, independent filmmaker like you, with an independent story like this one?
I mean, it's incredibly important and so humbling and such a privilege, because especially as a first-time filmmaker, it's nice to feel like you still have a shot at these really wonderful, being a part of these really wonderful festivals, and that people will take risks on newcomers.